Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing vaccination in the context of Thai visa extension. Now, we've talked about this before, going back some months now, and we're kind of revisiting it because there have been some, there's been some news on this front, and I'm going to go ahead and get to that immediately here. So, I recently came across it was a posting by Richard Barrow on his, by Richard Barrow on his Facebook page, Richard Barrow in Thailand. Somebody sent this to us, and tip of the hat to Mr. Barrow. He's definitely out there providing good information to folks all the time. Frankly, in some cases, I wonder how he keeps up with some of these things. But he went ahead and posted this. We're going to go ahead and put this up. Just reading it. A heads up for people going to immigration at Cheng Watana. They are now asking for proof of vaccination. The sign says in Thai, left for unvaccinated and right for fully vaccinated. If you cannot show proof, then you need to fill out a form. Yeah, we were seeing this last week. My staff brought this up to me, and we're going to go ahead and make a video on it. I went ahead and put this up just to provide the photos that Mr. Barrow put up on there. But it's clear that there is this requirement associated with, disclosing your vaccination status, which I've got some personal issues with. And for those who know me on this channel, I'll probably go ahead and make videos at some point discussing that a little bit. But that's not really the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to provide information on immigration policy. Note, okay, to be clear, they are not asking for proof of vaccination with respect to visa issuance or as part of the package for a visa extension. That is not happening right now. This is simply some protocol that's being undertaken in order to gain access to the building, gain access to immigration. And I'll go through a little bit of analysis on possible long-term ramifications there. Meanwhile, I've actually gotten a lot of correspondence with a lot of links to these things, and I've gone and looked at them, and I see why it causes people some consternation. They're worried. Do they need to worry about this being a requirement if they don't have it, or they're sort of in the middle of getting their protocol done? Where does that put them? It's causing people a lot of alarm, and I'm hoping this video will kind of assuage some of that alarm. This actually came, again, another viewer sent me this. This was a link. This came from Twitter. Go ahead and put this up too. And it's at Arthur is the boy. And the sort of byline is a ball of confusion. But this post, again, we'll go ahead and put it up, says, Koh Phangan Immigration is now asking this morning for proof of vaccination for 90-day reports and 60-day COVID extensions. If no proof, no 60-day COVID extension, still unclear what they intend to do if on a valid one-year extension of stay for retirement, marriage, but not vaccinated. So from that first tweet, I was kind of concerned. Again, we're based up here in Bangkok. A lot of different immigration offices in Thailand. As we've discussed many times, even in videos talking specifically about local immigration offices, they have different protocols. And they have different administrative protocols associated with how they run their offices. So, different places may do things slightly differently. But long story short, we went a little further down into that, and just within this own Twitter thread, it sort of provided its own nuance. And I thought this was notable, sort of going further from the original poster, quoting directly, apparently different so that's immigration offices, can set their own rules. I should have mentioned that KP, Koh Phangan Immigration, is asking for a COVID test or proof of vaccine. Still, either way, this will be fun. Imagine getting a positive test, but asymptomatic and having to go into temple quarantine here. So, yeah, that certainly brings up a good point. But again, this policy, it's either or. It's vaccination or a negative test. Now, I have my issues with that on a personal level. That's not, and even beyond, there's a lot of legal analysis going into that in and of itself. It's not really the scope of this video. Long story short, there may be certain disclosures or documentation requirements associated with being able to gain access to immigration offices. This is a different thing from documentation associated with actually getting a visa extended. So at least for the time being, it is not currently a requirement to have vaccination documentation with respect to visa extension. That could change in the future. It may not. Long story short, the thing to take away from this video is currently it is not a requirement now, although there are some extra steps associated with gaining access to Thai immigration offices. So we will certainly keep folks updated on this channel as the situation evolves.